All right, looks like I am live, so here we go. Welcome to Take the Journey. I have not been able to work out in over a month. Really, I've done one other workout, and that one set me back. I've been seeing the chiropractor for 3 days a week, and since I've been doing that, I've made some significant progress, and she has cleared me to start doing some light workouts again. So I figured what better way to get my first workout and then just pop up the old YouTube stream here and let anybody jump in that wants to watch. So I'm going to throw that out there on YouTube or on Twitter real quick that I am live streaming. And there we go. So that is officially out there. And I just wanted to talk about a couple things because the last month has been real difficult. Not being able to do what I want to do is really taxing on me, especially one of my biggest fears is losing my mobility. And with the sciatic, it did take my mobility from me, and it still has me dealing with some mobility issues, and that is really terrifying to me to lose that, especially considering that I'm working so hard to be a more active person, and I want to live as a more active person. So losing my mobility would be devastating to me, and this month has been really devastating, not being able to really get up and move around, and then I'm starting to move around a little bit more. I've been walking laps. I've been cleared to do that, so I've been doing that. Today, I'm actually starting to clean up around the house. I haven't been able to do that, so started doing some dishes, and I cooked myself lunch. I did a 19-hour fast, and then I just cooked some lunch. I had eggs and pork. It was really delicious. So I've got a little bit of protein in me, and I've got my jug of water as usual. I had my caffeine this morning, so I'm good to go in that aspect. Um, so I do have water jugs. I have them sat on a chair right directly in front of me because I was told bending can be an issue. So I figured the smartest move would be to limit how far I have to bend when I'm moving anything. So what I have here is I've got these two jugs, and I'm just going to start doing some curls. I want to try and stay slow. I want to be careful with the movement. I don't want to be twisting at all, because twisting is part of what got me to where I am. My vertebrae are shifted, my spine is twisted in unnatural directions. Set one done. Also, my hips are out of alignment, and on the left side where the sciatic is, there's not enough room for those nerves to go through. So because that's an issue, it's sending nerve pain all the way down my leg into my calf. My calf has been super tight, and it feels like the nerve have been cut off to my foot, and hadn't had a lot of sensation in my foot in a while. I'm starting to get that back, and the calf muscle is starting to loosen up. A little bit of water, because hydration is important. And I do apologize. I guess I just don't have a computer with great great bandwidth to transmit any faster than it does. So I guess I'll have to think about that in future when I'm able to buy equipment to improve this. And I'm also looking for people that would be willing to help me out in editing, because I would like to start doing some better videos. I really want to take the journey and take the journey into something more than what it is now. It's a great slogan. Thanks, Adam. Uh, and I want to make it into something because I feel like there's something there to go with Accountability Nation. So let's get set number 2 going here. Set number 2, with where I am particularly in the scheme of things. I want to be a 200-pound active person. Realizing that, though, I came from 538 pounds and I've plateaued at 350, and there could be a little argument that I put some weight back on, and I've recently removed it. I stepped on the scale and I weighed in 2 days ago at 352. And pictures and some of the other things do look different over the last couple of months, so it leads me to believe I probably put 10 to 15 pounds back on. And since I wasn't weighing myself and I was not really in a good mental spot, I wasn't paying attention and I was in some denial, I'm sure. So because of that, I probably had to knock off an additional 10 to 15 pounds, and I still have 2 more to go. And with this setback, I've been able to maintain good for the most part on diet. I mean, I'm a 90% clean person. I've been working harder on the intermittent fasting. It's a useful tool for me. So that's the route I typically choose. I'm eating more of a carnivore diet with a little bit of vegetable mix. I do need to get other things into me with the bowel obstruction issue, because the way my system works, I need to be conscious of that. So I'm throwing a little bit of that other stuff back in. I'm okay with that. So I do still eat pizza and burgers from time to time, but the reality is I've cut out a lot of the sugar industry and the sugar industry's influences on me. I don't drink soda on a regular basis like I used to. I have one once in a great while, and it actually reminds me of how much I actually don't like the flavor of it. And because of that, it's like, why do I even drink this crap? I also don't drink alcohol. I don't have that switch in my head that says, hey, you've had enough. Maybe it's time to wrap that up for the night. No, I keep going till I'm so intoxicated I'm sick, and it's not a good place to go. I don't particularly like doing that, especially because it takes days to recover. So I cut that out as well. On top of it, I'm putting all this work into reshaping my body in a positive way for myself. So I don't want to take and start putting beer and alcohol and a lot of the other things back in, because it doesn't make sense. I mean, you can only work out so much and you can only do so much to lose weight. And by adding that stuff back in on a regular basis, I would never really lose any weight. So I know that. So in a sense, I'm not down with the sugar industry anymore, and I'm working hard to get away from having to use any medications. I do take one for heartburn. That's the only medication that I take regularly. That's prescribed by a doctor. So I don't want to have to go on to poison pharmaceuticals at all, unless I absolutely have to. I don't want to do a weight loss surgery. I've lost 176 pounds so far. So at 176. I've lost more than I need to lose for the first time. I'm down to looking at 150 to go. I don't personally feel that I want to go the route of a weight loss surgery. And for those that have done it and it's worked for you, that's awesome. Respect. That's a useful tool for you, and I'm cool with that. In my head, though, it just doesn't seem to be the thing that I want to do for myself. So I've had to make that decision as well, that I'm going to keep fighting on, even if it takes me 2 years to lose the rest of this weight. I don't care, because I know that I'm going to keep going any way I can, day after day, to keep moving forward. And yeah, I'm going to have setbacks at times. I'm a human. I've got mental health issues that I deal with, and sometimes they rear their ugly head, and it's just the way it goes. So let's get another set in here. I know I'm rambling. All right, it's a third set in. It feels pretty good. I'm not trying to go super hard by any means. I'm just trying to get some movement in, and you can't underestimate 2 water jugs and just doing lifts, just simple lifts straight up with the arms. I'm just really working biceps for the most part, and I'm keeping my back straight as possible, so I don't bend, and I'm making sure I'm not twisting, because twisting causes problems. So I don't want to have to go back to the chiropractor tomorrow in absolute agony because I made a mistake. She would not be too pleased with me, as I would not be pleased with me. I'm famous for pushing harder than I should. That's how the bowel obstruction happened. That's how this injury happened. That's just how pretty much all of them have happened, because I get it in my head, and I get in my own head, and I get in a groove, and things are going great, and I get a little cocky, and because I get a little cocky, I injure myself, and I'm aware of the pattern now, so I am working on that pattern, and I'm working on ways to resolve it so I can get out of this pattern, number one. Number two, I'm tired of being injured. I'm just going to be honest. I mean, I understand the risks I take each time that I walk into a gym, and I accept those risks because I know what I'm attempting to do. No matter how you look at life, it's hard. Sitting around on a couch watching TV all day, drinking sodas and eating bad food, that's not an easy life to live. Anybody that thinks it's an easy life to live is crazy, in my opinion, because you're just checked out, and you're just hanging out, kind of sitting around waiting to die. Like, the best in life you're gonna get is just hanging out on a couch, putting weight on, getting harder and harder to get up and move around. Your legs are swelling up with all the fluid retention. You're starting to understanding how difficult it is to be checked out and be like, you know, and I may be in my 30s, but I'm done. I'm just ready to be done. And that's a hard mindset to live under. You wake up every day and you're not doing anything, and you're just sitting around. It's a boring life to me, and I never want to go back to that life. And that's one of the reasons I get so freaked out when I injure myself, is because I tend to fall back into that pattern a little bit, because I'm hurt and I don't get to move around as much and those sort of things, and I need to take a little downtime. I am ultimately trying to work on some balance, so I do get a little bit of the TV time in, because I should have a little, and there are a couple of TV shows I do enjoy. So I don't feel bad about watching 2 to 3 hours of TV in a week versus watching hundreds of hours in a sense every month, because I would wake up and I was unemployed, sit in front of the TV the whole day, play on my phone, watch TV, and I think there was probably 30 or 40 different TV shows I was recording and watching, and it was just got to be too much, and it was just like, no, I'm not about that anymore. So let's get another set in. There's another set, and I'm gonna do one more and call that a good test workout, or at least a start to see where I'm at. I think we'll see about tomorrow what I can attempt to do tomorrow, because I would like to be able to work some chest, so that could be a possibility. We'll see. I'm not going to live stream it. I'm just going to make an attempt, and it just depends on how I feel after this one and what happens, because the last time I did this, everything was fine till later in the evening. So that's what I'm really going to have to be conscious of right now is how I move around for the rest of the day. And I'm going to have to curtail any extra activity outside of the podcast I'm going to shoot later with Brian. And yeah, so we'll see. I know, more rambling. I'm good at that. I'm a talker. It's just what I do. So let's get this last set in. And yeah, you see me looking over. I'm just looking at my camera to see how it looks. Yeah, and that's how I noticed the delay. So I do apologize about that. I probably won't live stream again at this point until I can upgrade my equipment, which is going to be a long time from now. I'm not in a financial situation to do that, so that's okay. We're going to work on the gum and duct tape budget, and we'll work on it as long as I can, and we'll see what happens through the next few years. So let's get this last set in. All right, and there we go. So that was 4 sets at least. It could have been a fifth. I really wasn't paying full attention. I know that I do feel it in my biceps, so I know that I at least did something today. As a lot of my friends say, 0.01% better every day, and I love it, because that's ultimately the goal. Just go to bed at night better than you woke up in the beginning of the day. And we have so much time in between to do so many things, and sometimes we forget that, and I know I'm guilty of forgetting that more often than I should. And it's just recapturing that mindset and being able to figure out how to work within the parameters that I have been dealt at this time. And I'm able to do it, and it's okay. So that's what's going on today. I figured I'd just pop it up live stream and give it an opportunity. I am gonna pop over to the actual YouTube app here for a moment, because I haven't had that up, so I don't know. I don't know if this went out or not.